Welcome to your Pilates mat workout. My name is Melanie, your mildly goth Pilates instructor. For those of you who are new here, I teach contemporary Pilates with a dash of ballet and PT mixed in. If you'd like to see more mat from me, please give this video a thumbs up so I know it's something you're interested in, and I'd be happy to put on more content like this. Today we're going to be doing a Pilates-based mat workout. If you have a pair of light hand weights, please grab them and place them somewhere within reach. I have a pair of 3 pounds. Anything that feels light to you should be fine. Alrighty, we're gonna begin lying down on our backs. Feet will be hip distance apart. Spine is in neutral, so the bottom of your sacrum is heavy on the mat. Your pubic bone and hip bones are on the same plane, meaning pubic bone is not too high or too low. Rib cage down. Place your fingertips and your palms on your rib cage, fingers pointing inward. We're going to start with breathing for deep core now. I know for those of you who like to go hard, this may feel like a waste of time, but I promise it connects to your abs, and it's actually quite important. So fingertips facing inward. Take a big inhale. Try to push your palms away by expanding your ribs out to the side. And as you exhale, engage your abs. Feel the fingertips drift closer together. Good. Let's take another one. Exhale. Feel like you're blowing up a balloon and those abs wrap in and together. Good. Next time you inhale, on the exhale, think about lifting from your pelvic floor all the way up through your abdomen, all the way up to your sternum. Get a lift with that tighten, that wrapping. Good. Big breath in, everything relaxes. Feel that sense of zipping in and up without gripping anywhere. What we're doing is we're activating your deep core, which acts like a corset for the rest of your abdomen, helping to keep you supported and nice and stable all through the core. 2 more. Lengthen out that breath, really feel that abdominal squeeze and lift. Last one, really extend your exhale, feel that engagement all the way up. Good. Now let's take that sense of lift and togetherness. We're going to continue that through the rest of our series today. I'm going to scoot back on my mat, extend my legs long, and we're going to go for a roll up. So we're going to start with arms overhead. Think about ribs being down so they're not popping up toward the ceiling. I'm going to take a big inhale. I'm going to nod my chin toward my chest, scoop my belly in and up. Find a big scoop in the back. Reach for the toes, nice and long. Sit up nice and tall in your neutral, so I'm not rounding through the lumbar spine or arching. Nice and stacked. Deep breath in, exhale. Scoop the pelvis under. Feel like someone's pushing your belly button back toward the back wall and roll it back. Try to keep your feet anchored down. You'll see mine just lifted. Just still getting warmed up. Feel like you're emphasizing that scoop in the abdomen to really help support yourself here. Deep breath in, exhale. Feel the feet drag on the mat as you roll back. Arms float over your head. Good. 2 more. Deep breath in. Exhale, nod your chin down toward your chest. Scoop over. Neutral spine stack up. Roll the pelvis down, reaching the fingertips forward, shoulders rolled back. Good. 1 more. Big scoop, fold it forward. Really get your hamstring stretch here. Forgot the word for hamstring for a second. And roll it all the way back. Good. Deep breath in. Exhale, release. Next up, keeping our neutral spine. So we've got that natural curve under the low back, arms long by your side. I'm going to raise the right leg up to 90 degrees to start. We're going to go for our single leg circle. So that leg is really straight. I'm going to cross the leg over my body, draw the leg around, and bring it up to center. Good. Let's continue for 5 more. Really steadying your pelvis, reaching through the leg, crossing over the body, trying to keep the hips really, really steady here. So I'm not rocking the hips over as the leg goes. We're using our abdominals to control this. You can apply a little bit of pressure through your arms as well if that's helpful for you. Good. Let's reverse. This is 6. So now the leg goes out to the side, down, crosses the body slightly, back to center. 4 more. This is 3. Last 2. and 1. Good. Reach the leg down. We're going to go for the other side. Left leg comes up to 90 degrees. Cross the leg over the torso. Draw down, around, and up. You've got 5 more. Like to inhale as the leg goes down. Exhale as it comes around. Good. This is 3. Feeling work through your obliques as well as your leg. Last one. Good. Now we reverse. Still extending through that leg. Leg goes down, around, and up. Or around, down, and up. You've got 4. Rib cage stays nice and heavy. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Bend the knees, draw the knees close to the torso. We're going to go for our ab series next. So for this one, you can take the head and chest up in a curl, or you can keep your head down on the mat, whatever suits you best. We're going to find a big scoop up if you're taking the curl. I'm going to draw one knee in toward chest, extend the other leg out in front of you. This is our single leg stretch. Good. And let's go for 6, 5. Keeping the belly scooped. If you feel like your abdomen is doming or pushing outward, lower your head, and or bring the legs up a little higher. Let's finish up. Good. Last one. Go right into our double leg stretch. Both legs in toward chest. Extend the legs long to 45 as you reach overhead. Exhale. Grab the knees in toward your chest. And in. And in. You've got 5 more. Arms reach to grab the legs. Last 3, 2, really reach the legs long. 1, good. Knees come in toward chest. If you need to rest your head down, you can. Scissors, grab one leg in, pulse, pulse. Switch the legs, pulse, pulse. Try to get those legs nice and long. If you can't get your feet or your hands around your ankle or your calf, that's okay. Do your best, grab it wherever you can. This is 5. Switch 2 pulses. 4. Switch. Abs stay in. Switch. 2. Switch. Last one. Switch. Good. Both knees come in toward your chest. Rest your head down on the mat. Rock your head side to side. You're going to go for lower and lift with both legs. Both legs extend up toward 90 degrees. Find your neutral spine. Arms long by your side, ribs down. We're going to lower the legs. Exhale, bring them up. My range is pretty small. You may be able to get the legs quite a bit lower, but please make sure that you're doing your best to maintain your neutral spine and neutral pelvis here. If you feel this in your low back, you could also place your hands underneath your sacrum. Good. Let's go for 3. Nice long extension through the legs. And 1. Good. Crisscross. Lift the head, neck, and chest. We're going to cross.
Bring one elbow to opposite knee. That's 7. 6. Twisting through the torso, getting the obliques. This is 4. 3. 2. And 1.
Good. Knees into chest. Rest your head down. Take a deep breath. Rock your head side to side. Take a beat and we'll move on. Next, you're going to roll up to sitting. Open your legs as wide as your mat, and you're going to sit up really high on your sits bones. So what does that mean? We're not going to really sink into the lumbar spine or the low back. We're not going to stick the butt out so far that we're really arching. Get your ribs right over your pelvis and just get a nice lift out of your low back. Arms are going to come forward. What we're going to do here is take a big scoop in the abs, starting from the upper abs here. Reach the head forward. Try to keep that ab engagement as you bring hands forward. Restack the spine nice and tall. So it's not necessarily about getting a flat back, getting your chest as low as possible. Really want to find that big scoop in your abs. Take that shape, bring it down. Good. Sit up nice and tall. Nice big stack. 3 more. Exhaling as you go forward. Feeling the ab engagement here, really reaching with your arms. Unfurl the spine at the top. If you're not feeling much in your upper abdominals, think about emphasizing the scoop as you go down. Really find that curve in the upper back. Reach the arms forward. Good. Very nice. Now we're going to transition this right into saw, which is kind of a famous classical Pilates movement. Arms out to the side. You want your hands in your peripheral vision. We're going to twist, bring that shape to the side, lean down, palm in the back, flips to face the floor. Try to think about sawing off your baby toe on that right leg. Pulse, pulse. Bring it up, twist to center. Use your obliques to twist to the other side. Think about chopping off that baby toe. It's such a weird visual, but that's what we do. Bring it back to center. Twist to the right. Back palm faces down. Saw off that right pinky toe with your left hand. Back to center. Twist. Keep that shape. Back palm flips down. Saw off your left pinky toe. Feet stay flexed and back. Let's take 2 more each side. Exhale, bring it forward. Equal pressure through both hips. Good. Last one each side. Really feel your obliques as you twist here. Nice. Last set. Good. Bring it back to center and we'll move on. Laying down on your back, we're going to bring our feet hip distance apart. We'll go into a bridge sequence. So heels will come pretty close to your butt. Arms will be long by your sides. You're going to think about squeezing the heels in toward your butt. So almost like you're dragging them toward your bottom, kind of in order to get that hamstring and glute activation. We're going to take a deep breath in. Let's start placing our hands under the rib cage horizontally. So you can almost feel the sides of your hands sink just below the edge of your ribs. Take a big breath in. Exhale, curl the pelvis under. Try to fold your torso, feel like you're folding your torso over your hands. Raise your body up until you find a diagonal line from knees to hips to shoulders. Hands back on your ribs if you move them. Roll the spine down one bone at a time. Think about folding over your hands, getting that deep scoop of the pelvis. Roll it down until you feel the bottom of your sacrum hit the mat nice and heavy. Let's take that big scoop. Curling your pelvis up, finding your big bridge. If you'd like to remove your hands from your ribs, you can do that. Just feel like you're getting that deep scoop at the bottom. Good. Again, dragging your heels in toward your body. Finding that big bridge, abs engaged at the top, collarbone is rolled wide. Nice. Let's take a couple more. Really thinking about making sure every vertebra makes contact with the mat on the way up and on the way down as your body will allow it. Last one. Good. Hold here. Squeezing the glutes, making sure they're engaged, making sure ribs are down, connected to your hip bones. We're going to take tiny pulses up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Really driving the heels into the ground or into the floor. Big breath in at the top. Exhale, melt the spine down one bone at a time until the bottom of your sacrum, that very, very bottom on your spine, is weighted to the mat. Very nice. Now we're going to walk our feet slightly wider than hip distance apart. So we're going to find our neutral spine, neutral pelvis, ribs down. Instead of curling the pelvis under, I'm going to keep that shape, press it straight up, still driving the feet into the mat. Exhale, lower down. If you'd like to raise your arms up over your shoulders for a little extra challenge, you're welcome to do that. You may find you get a little bit more glutes and outer thighs here. And take care to notice if you are arching your back. If you feel any pinch in your low back, it may help to get a mirror or record yourself with your phone. See if you have a big scoop in your low back. If so, you might need to think about just almost very, very, very minorly curling the pelvis under to help with that glute engagement. But I suggest observing what's going on through some sort of mirror or phone recording observation so you can check it. Good. Really pressing through the heels gets the glutes very nicely here. We're going to hold. Lift at the top. Tiny pulses up and down. Let's go for 8, 7. Squeezing the glutes. Activating the hamstrings. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big inhale at the top. Exhale. Now let's melt the spine down one bone at a time. Good. Feet come back to hip distance apart. This time we're going to lift the heels, walk the feet a little bit closer to the body, and we're going to find that releve or raised heel or even high heel Barbie feet position. So heels are going to stay lifted right in line with your knees, which are right in line with your hips. We're going to take that neutral spine bridge one more time. Arms will start down by your sides. Deep breath in. Exhale, lift the body up. Find your diagonal line, knees, hips to shoulders. Good, lower down. Big breath in, exhale. Press under the balls of the feet. Squeezing the glutes. Lower down. You've got 6. And down. Collarbone is wide. Make sure you're not holding on to any tension in your face, particularly between your eyebrows or your mouth. I encourage you to use your breath out as the hips lift. Good. Last 3, find your abs, zip up to your sternum as you lift. 2 and 1. Lift at the top. Keep the glutes squeezed. Heels stay lifted. Tiny pulses up and down for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keeping the hips lifted, you're going to lower one foot. Other heel stays raised. Lift it up. Other heel goes down. Lift it up. So I'm lowering one heel at a time. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to keep everything but that mobile leg as still as possible. So as that heel lowers, I'm not letting my whole side of the body dip down. I'm really trying to keep everything but that moving leg like a still picture. So the leg is a movie. The torso is a photo. Think about really crushing something down with your heels like an empty juice carton. Like you're pushing trash into a 2 full trash bin. Good. I'm feeling my glutes and my hamstrings for sure. Hopefully you are too. Let's go for last one each side. Good. Lift it up. Big squeeze through the glutes and thighs. Big inhale. Exhale. Roll it down one bone at a time. Feet flat on the mat. Walk them a little forward and a little bit out. Going to windshield wiper the legs side to side. Just let one knee fall over. Mobilizing through the hips, releasing any tension in your low back. Big inhale. Good. Let's take a quick figure 4 stretch. Cross the right ankle over the left knee. Find your neutral spine, neutral pelvis. Grab onto your thigh behind the knee or on the shin, whatever feels best. Deep breath in. Exhale, you can rock your legs side to side. Do your best to keep the sacrum as heavy as you can right here. I'll actually deepen a glute stretch for you. If you'd like to push away on your right thigh with your right hand or forearm, feel free to do that. Good, let's go for the other side. Left ankle over right knee, grab onto your thigh. You can pull it in toward your torso, but try to feel that oppositional press of the sacrum being an anchor on the mat, bottom of the sacrum. Good. Nice. Press away on that left thigh if you like to with your left hand or forearm. Try to keep your ribs nice and heavy still. Good. Big inhale. Exhale. Let's roll up to sitting. Coming to lie on your right side, we're going to take our side plank series. So for this one, we want to go on our forearm. Right shoulder will be right over your right elbow. We're going to start with knees bent. If you know your body and you know you can do straight legs, feel free to take that variation. I'm going to push up through the forearm to get the shoulder away from the ear. Knees are to the side and stacked. We're going to keep that pressure through the forearm. Lift the hips up. Make sure you draw the ears back so your head isn't drifting. Good. We're going to hold here for 10, 9. You can lift up your arm if you like to. 7, 6. Feeling the obliques really supporting you. Last 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower down. Roll out the shoulder if you like to. We're going to take another set and add on some variations. So push up through the forearm. Lift the hips. Draw the ears back. We're going to lift and lower that top leg. Take your hand up if you like to. This is 6, 5, 4. Last 3. 2 and 1. Good. Lower the leg, lower the hand. Give your shoulder a break. We've got one more. So coming back onto the forearm, press up through the palm, knees stacked, pressure through that leg, lift the hips up, find whichever hand position you like. We're gonna take tiny pulses up and down. Knees are staying attached, thighs are staying attached. You've got 6, just little dips, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Very good. Hand goes down, hips go down. Let's go to the other side. So left forearm on the mat, left shoulder right over the elbow. Press up through that arm. We're going to bring the legs stacked once again. Roll the top hip away so your torso is nice and neutral. We're gonna lift the hips up, find your balance, arms wherever you like. This is 8, 7. Make sure you're not sinking into the left side of your torso. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hand down, hips down, roll out the shoulder. We're gonna get right into the next variation. So press up, lift the hips, find whichever arm position you like, lift and lower the legs. Let's go for 8, 7, 6, make sure the ribs are staying down. 5, 4, 3, make sure your obliques are supporting you on that left side. 1, leg lowers, hand lowers, hips lower. We'll take one moment. Last variation here, press up through that left side, lift the hips up, find your arm position, whichever one you like, and we're gonna dip the hips down and up. Make sure your head isn't drifting forward. This is 6, 5, feel your obliques on the left side really helping you. 4, 3, last 2, and 1. Very good. Lower the hand, lower the hips, roll out the shoulder. We're going to move on. Next, let's go for our quadruped plank. So we're going to do this one in straight arms. If your wrists are bothering you, you can take it down to forearms. Just make sure your shoulders are over your wrists or over your elbows. Let's bring hands right underneath the shoulders, knees right under your hips, curl the toes under. We're going to start with some scapular presses. So what we're going to do is just let the chest sink down to the floor without letting the head go down. So the chest is sinking, the shoulder blades are meeting. Press through the palms to lift the chest back up. Try not to hyperextend through the elbows here. It means over straightening and locking. Good. Feel your abs engage here. So we're also not in a tucked position or in an arch position. We just want a nice neutral, natural curve in that low back. So letting the chest dip down, shoulder blades zip together or sink together. Press away to lift the chest. One more. Feel your back muscles waking up. Good. Once we're here, we're going to make sure those toes are nice and rooted. Press up through the palms. Big inhale. Exhale, zip up your abs. We're going to lift. Pause in this hover plank. Ribs stay down, oriented toward the pelvis. You've got 10, 9, 8, 7, gazes forward and down, not up, not all the way down between your knees, just gently forward on the mat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower the knees, shake out your wrists or roll them out if you need to. We're going to move on to some variations next. Pushing up through the palms once again, anchoring yourself under on the toes. We're going to lift the knees, hold here. We're going to take tiny taps up and down, keeping your body supported through the core. You've got 7, 6, keeping that pressure through the palms to separate through the shoulder blades. 4, 3, your hips will dip down a little, that's okay. And last one. Good. Take a quick child's pose. Sit down on your heels. Your knees can separate if you like. Rest your head down on your mat. Arms wide. Feel your ribs expand in every direction as you inhale. Exhale, feel everything sink. One more big breath. Feel the air, feel the lungs in your back. Exhale, relax. Roll it up to sitting. Let's move on. To wrap up our plank series, we'll just do a solid straight leg plank hold. So keeping that same sense of pressure through the palms or through the forearms, we're going to extend one leg back, anchor your toes down on the mat, extend the other leg back, bring your hips down so you're in a nice diagonal. You're squeezing your glutes, abs are zipped in and up. We hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Lower down. Find your child's pose one more time. Arms extend forward. Big breath in. Exhale, release. Very good. All right, to finish up, we're gonna do some side lying legs and then a quick arm series before we wrap. So come to lying down on the right side of your torso. You can place your head down on a pillow or a yoga block or your hand or bicep. I'm gonna do hand for now. We'll start off with the bottom leg extended long, slightly in front of your hip. So probably close to the front edge, the front corner of your mat. Bring the top leg to sit right on top of it, and we're gonna press our top hip away to get a nice lift through the waist. So that bottom rib isn't sinking down into the mat. We're actually trying to keep it a little bit lifted. You can put a hand towel right under that spot if that helps with stability. So I'm gonna begin flexing the top foot, my left foot in this case. Draw the leg forward in front of the hip, point the toe, bring it slightly behind. So what you want to aim to do is keep that height of the leg the same as it goes forward and backwards. So on the first one, it kind of bobbled up and down. Instead of that, we want to think about it kind of skimming the top of a table the whole time. So flex forward, use your core to support you here, and point back. Flex forward, point back. 2 more. And last one. Foot goes slightly behind. Good. Bring it on top of the bottom foot. Make sure your hips are still stacked. I'm going to point up, flex lower. Point and lift the leg to the side, flex lower. You've got 6. Lots of outer thigh, outer glutes. 4. Knee is facing forward, toes are facing directly forward. Last 2. 1. Good. Now we reverse. Flex up, point down. Flex up, point down. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Lower down. Small circles to the back. We're going to go for 8. Some in slight external rotation, so heels are almost skimming together. 5, 4, trying to keep the pelvis really still. And 1, reverse directions. Ribs stay down. 8, 7, 6. It's like we're almost brushing the legs as we go back. 3, 2, 1. Lower the leg down, pound out the glute if you need to. We're going to go to the other side. Now, laying on the left side of your torso, left leg is down on the ground, right leg is on top of it. Stack your hips. So again, we're pressing the top hip away so it's stacked right on top of the bottom hip. Got lift through your bottom rib. We're going to begin flexing the top foot, bringing the leg forward, pointing it, bringing it slightly behind. Flexing, bringing the leg forward, pointing, bringing it behind. So if you don't have a ton of range without wiggling your torso, don't take it so big. Just try to extend a little bit further than where you can, easily go. We want to stay comfortable and safe. But we also want you to work on your range a little bit, right? You've got 3. Last 2. And 1. Good. Bring the leg on top of the bottom leg. Restack the hips if you need to. Point and lift. Flex lower. Point, lift. Flex lower. Roll that top shoulder back if it's starting to curve forward. Whoops, I got a little mixed up there for a sec. This is 4. Last 3. Really extending through that leg as you reach. 1. Nice. Now we flex up. Point to go down. Flex up, point to go down. This is 6, 5, 4, 3. If you'll work through the ankle here, 2 for sure. 2, and 1. Good. Small circles. Let's restack our hips, abs engage, point the top foot, slight external rotation. We go for 8, 7, 6. Trying not to let the torso or the pelvis wiggle around as best as we can. 2, 1. Let's reverse. 8. Trying to skim the bottom heel almost with your top heel. This is 4, 3, 2, 1. Very good. Lower it down, bend your knees, come up to sitting. We're going to come just lying down on our backs, do a quick glute stretch. So really this will get glutes and outer thighs. So lie down, call this the pretzel. We're going to cross our thighs so that your left foot is going right and your right foot is going left. Grab onto your shins or your ankles, whatever you have access to. You're just gonna let the weight of your hands kind of sink into your legs. You may feel quite a deep stretch here. Just try to breathe into it. Big breath in. Gotta rock your hips side to side if you like. I find trying to think about filling the spot that feels the tightest with air when you inhale can be kind of an interesting exercise. So just picture the air filling that spot that feels tightest, and as you exhale, see if you can get the stretch a little bit deeper. Other leg goes on top. Let's cross at the thigh. Hands back on your ankles or your shins. Pull your legs in toward your body. See if this feels any different. For me, the other side was way more spicy. But this is good too. Good. Again, take your big breaths. Feel the really sticky spots. Keep them in mind as you inhale, and then sink further into that area as you exhale. Rock your hips side to side if you like. Good. Unpretzel yourself. Roll up to sitting. We're going to go for arms. So this one for me mimics the Reformer Arm series, which is kind of fun. This is one of my favorites. It's a simple but effective one. I'm going to sit on my heels. Grab your light weights in your hands, and if you don't have them, you could just keep your palms open facing forward. Flip your palms to face straight ahead. Find your neutral spine, ribs down, shoulders up. We're going to press the hands forward. Nice straight arms, and lower down. Good. Big breath in, exhale. Lift the arms up and lower down. This is like our hands and straps Reformer series. So when we raise, we're not going too high, we're not going too low, and we're also not curling through the upper back. We're keeping a nice neutral alignment. Let's go for 5. Really feeling biceps. 4. And the hand weight can be whatever is, lightish for you. Last 2. Exhale as you press up. And 1. Raise the arms back up to shoulder height. We're going to serve a tray. Elbows come in, skimming the torso. Exhale, press them right back out. Inhale, bring them in toward the torso. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Exhale, press out. Good. This is 6. 5. Last 4, really trying to envision the shoulder blades trying to kiss in the back as your elbows go back. Moving through slow motion here. You're moving through clay or really deep water. Last 1. Good. Now we're going to move into hug a tree. I'll turn to face forward. You can stay where you are. Find your comfortable sitting position. We're going to bring fingertips together. Elbows are going to lift up. So what we're going to do is keep that roundness through the arms like we're holding onto a big tree trunk or a beach ball. Open the arms wide. Exhale, bring the fingertips together. So I'm keeping my elbows as lifted as I can. I'm not letting them dip down, as you see here. Good. This is 5. Inhale as you raise them out or open them out. 4. Getting back, getting shoulders. Keep that lift in the elbows. Last 2. And 1. Good. Now we're just going to finish up with basic tricep presses. So I will stay seated with my toes curled under. You can be sitting down on your heels or in a cross-legged position. I'm going to find a neutral spine hinge. So I'm not curling my spine over to get forward. I'm not sticking my butt super far out. Just keeping a nice natural curve and bending at the waist without changing that spine position. I'm going to raise my arms up to the back, lower down. Raise your arms back, lower down. So arms are staying straight, and think about the shoulder blades squeezing together as you raise them back up. We'll get into the extensions in a minute. We're just bringing our back muscles into this first. Arms stay nice and long. Abs are supporting you here the whole time. Last 2. And 1. Lift it back, elbows bend and extend. Let's go for 8. So hinging at the elbow without moving anything else. This is 6. Squeezing the triceps in the back of the arm. 4. Make sure your lower back isn't trying to curve under here. Force your abs to really hold you. And 1. Good. Let's get rid of those weights. Get out of here. And let's just go for a nice big upper body stretch. So sit in a comfortable position, whatever that means to you. Rest your arms along by your sides. I'm going to let them just sort of fall down on my knees here. I'm going to take a little arch and curl. So I'm going to scoop my belly under like someone's pushing my belly back. Pelvis scoops under. Exhale. Bring it back to neutral and arch through the spine. I'll move to side so you can get a different view. Scoop the pelvis under. Feel like someone's pushing your belly button back. Find a big, deep C curve. Good. Bring it back up to neutral. Send your tailbone back behind you. Shine your sternum up on an upward diagonal. 2 more. Scoop the belly back as your pelvis rolls forward. Use your abdominals to sit up. And open your chest. Good morning. 1 more time. Scoop under. Look for your belly button. Abs control your rise and arch. Good. Come back to a neutral seated position. Just going to turn to face camera once more. We'll go for a little bit of upper trap release. So finding your neutral, stacked, steady position. Going to keep your shoulders right where they are. Bring your right ear down to your right shoulder. So we're not leaning over with the head, just letting only the neck and the head move here. If you need to place your hand on your shoulders, your hands on your shoulders while you're doing this, go for it. Just let gravity do the work. Don't force anything. Good. Bring it back up to sitting. Left ear to left shoulder. Again, everything but the head and neck is a still picture. The head and neck moving into position is your movie. So no leaning. Good. Feeling a nice neck stretch, maybe a deep trap stretch, upper trap stretch. Back to sitting. Now we're going to add a little bit of something else. So placing your right hand on top of your head as your right ear dips down. We're not pulling on the neck or applying a lot of pressure. Just placing the hand on the top of the head and letting gravity and just the very basic weight of your hand deepen the stretch without any pulling. See how that changes things for you, if at all. Good. Back up to sitting, other side. Left ear to left shoulder without moving the shoulders at all. Make sure you're still sitting up out of your lumbar spine. Left hand on top of the head. Just feel the weight of the hand without pulling. See what that does for you. Good. Back to starting. We've got 1 more, which I promise feels really nice. We're going to bring the right ear down to the right shoulder. Glance up at the ceiling. Relax your mouth. That part's really important. See if you can feel the muscles of your neck right around the part where it connects to your ear start to release. And you might not feel this unless you really let your mouth go bleh. Even sometimes helps to go bleh. And if you like, you can slightly turn your neck. I think just the gaze going up is enough. Good. Come back up to center. Other side. Left ear goes down toward your left shoulder. Gaze only goes up to start. Relax your jaw, relax your mouth. See it blow. See if you can feel that connection of neck to ear really start to release. Good. Back up to center. Close your eyes. Take a big breath in. Sit up as tall as you can, keeping your spine nice and neutral. Exhale, release. 1 more time. Big inhale. Sit up as tall as you can. Roll your shoulders back. And you are all done. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. If you would like to see more mat content, please leave me a comment down below. Let me know you liked it. And subscribe so I can see you again. I would love to do more of this. I just need to know that you guys want to see more of it. And of course, if you have a reformer and you're into reformer, come check out all of my reformer videos. I have over 100 unique workouts, and I also have a membership exclusive channel where I get into a lot of really fun props work. So I would love to see you there. And it would be a big help in supporting my channel and making sure I can do more of this over time. Thank you so much to my membership supporters. You guys are the best. Love you all. See you soon. Bye.